Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Daimler Trucks Press Conference. Now, let's connect. Here is your host, John McElroy.
Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Daimler Trucks Let's Connect morning show. I'm John McElroy. Some of you may recognize me from my Autoline Daily webcast or my time at Road and Track and Automotive Industries magazines. Everyone knows I'm a car guy, but truth be told, I'm really a transportation guy, especially anything that moves up and down the roads of North America. And that's why I jumped at the invitation from Daimler Trucks North America to be a part of the inaugural North American Commercial Vehicle Show and co-host Let's Connect with DTNA's president and CEO, Roger Nielsen.
Thanks, John. I'm glad you could be with us here today.
Well, I've been very intrigued by the Daimler product mix for many years. I've been to auto shows all over the world, but I gotta tell you, after seeing what's happening at NACV, and particularly in this Daimler booth, you're gonna be absolutely impressed. Roger, I know that DTNA has been working to bring NACV to life for many months, and you gotta be awfully proud that the doors are swinging wide open on this first ever event.
No, John, we sure are. On behalf of Daimler Trucks North America, I want to welcome everyone to the inaugural North American Commercial Vehicle Show. DTNA took a lead role in developing NACV as a member of the advisory committee, working together to make NACV the place for industry to showcase and spotlight new technologies, giving North American fleet owners and truck drivers access to the latest innovations as they drive their business forward. We have a fast-paced press conference plan that is a little bit different than others we've held. And of course, this is the first ever OEM press event in the history of NACV, and like the technology in our trucks, we believe in leading the way. Not only are editors joining us today, but we also have many of our customers, suppliers, and dealers in the audience. DTNA is excited to share the great things taking place with our commercial vehicles. Make no mistake about it, there is plenty of news that Daimler will be unveiling here at NACV. The commercial vehicle industry is a vibrant place, and we are leading the way with innovations that help our customers achieve their goals.
Roger, DTNA certainly has many impressive things happening. Being a part of a global leadership team at Daimler provides you with an amazing window into the breakthrough technologies now under development. DTNA is a technology pioneer, but what keeps this level of energy and focus going?
Well, John, our customers are our inspiration. Daimler Truck North America's broad range of products is unparalleled. We design our trucks after gathering input from the industry's top consultants, our customers. A major focus across all of our brands, though, is continuous improvement of safety features. At DTNA, we've been bringing to market active safety solutions designed to assist drivers and reduce the number of accidents on the road. Improving safety has a direct bottom line impact for our customers by improving their uptime and reducing their liability costs. And of course, what's more important than safety? We all share the road.
That's a great point, Roger. Where do you see safety technology going as DTNA continues to research and test future capabilities?
Well, John, we lead the industry in developing new technologies for safety, and these innovations are helping us unlock other innovations for customers. An example of where we are driving things forward is in the exciting new field of platooning. DTNA is developing a platooning system offering fuel savings with 2 or more trucks driving at close following distances. This lowers aerodynamic drag and helps the fleet achieve greater fuel economy. Now, based on our Detroit assurance capabilities, the key technology to maintaining safe driving distances at close back-to-back is V2V, or vehicle-to-vehicle communications. V2V coordinates braking across all the vehicles in a platoon to significantly reduce the reaction time of the following vehicle, much faster than a human could respond. Now, the first step in platooning is what we call pairing. That's when two trucks travel together in tandem. Now, DTNA is actively testing pairing systems both at our Madras, Oregon test track, as well as on Interstate 84 outside of Portland, Oregon, on a 250-mile route where we're running trucks to validate the fuel efficiency gains. Now, we're driving Freightliners and platoons every day, in fact, right now as we speak. In fact, I've personally driven a new Cascadia under pairing conditions using this technology, and I've been real impressed with this experience. Commercial development of platooning, of course, depends on several factors, including government regulations. The bottom line is that we see growing customer interest in platooning. When America is ready for platooning, DTNA will have a proven, viable solution ready for our customers.
That truly is really exciting news. It's, in fact, inspiring to see everything that DTNA has brought to NACV. But what are the new bells and whistles that people will discover as they tour the booth?
Well, every vehicle that we have on display here is bristling with innovative, bells and whistles, but they also have fresh design elements that we've developed by listening to our customers, the service techs, and our dealers. Now, I'd urge everyone in our audience to take 5 minutes to climb into the driver's seat of our trucks, our vans, our buses. And one of our ads for the new Cascadia talks about the new corner office, and I can tell you, I wish I had some of these amenities in my office.
Well, let's get into some of the specific things that people will see when they visit the Daimler booth at NACV. When we get back, we'll be joined by Richard Howard, who will tell us how Freightliner is celebrating its 75th anniversary. Well, joining us now on Let's Connect is someone many of you will recognize, Richard Howard, Senior Vice President of Sales and Marketing at DTNA. Richard, you've got to be excited that this is the inaugural show for NACV.
John, we're over the moon, and good morning, everybody. Great to be here. Firstly, we've been anticipating this day for a long time, and we have to say a huge thank you to everybody here this morning. We more than appreciate your business, your trust, and your great support, and we really take absolutely nothing for granted. So great to be here. Of course, as you can see, the theme for Freightliner is 100% connected. 100% connected means not just digitally, but it's all about relationships, John. So 100% connected to our customers, 100% connected to our dealers, and particularly 100% connected to our business partners, including our bodybuilders, who make those amazing vocational trucks you can see on the booth back there. Freightliner is a true American success story, and our founder, Leyland James, would be extremely proud if he was here today with our all-new Cascadia. Leyland couldn't find a truck with the freight efficiency he believed was possible in 1942, so he built his own. His bold leadership was the birth of Freightliner. And here today, as you said, John, we're celebrating 75 years. Freightliner remains a pioneer with an entrepreneurial soul and by nature a market disruptor. We believe that everybody in the room here today would agree we're living in really exciting times when it comes about, we talk about the truck business. Never better, so to speak. The success, if we talk about the new truck of our new Cascadia, absolutely reflects the 100% connection and connectivity we have with the needs of our customer. As of today, we've already taken over 25,000 orders for the new Cascadia, and on behalf of the team, we have to say a huge thank you to our customers for their trust in our business and our people. Certainly 25,000 orders, just to let you know there, John, took us 3 years when we launched the classic Cascadia to get 25,000 orders. So we have to say a huge thank you again to our customers for their trust.
Richard, those sales results are inspiring, and I know you spend a ton of time with customers and dealers. And what are the customers and dealers telling you about the new Cascadia?
Well, it's a wonderful time to be in this company, Roger, I would say, and certainly being out there talking to customers, it's pretty amazing. So in one word, they would say it's excellent, yeah? Or they love the new Cascadia. They particularly love the fuel efficiency. And a year ago, we promised 8% fuel efficiency on the new Cascadia. And if we talk to our customers, based on their best specs, they're getting that. Even some are getting more, yeah? I would say, though, other than our fleet customers here today, of course, our drivers love the new Cascadia for its revolutionary interior. And I think, as Roger mentioned earlier, if you've not been inside the cab, yeah, now's the time to jump in our wonderful new Cascadia. The cab is super quiet. Let me say that again, the cab is super quiet. Visibility is excellent, and the dash is our best yet. Customers say it's the best in-class truck on the highway today. But not only that, we know that Detroit is central to our business, and Detroit Connect Virtual Technician comes as standard today, allowing full remote diagnostics for our customers. We have many upgraded features helping customers optimize not only their uptime, taking it to the next level, but most importantly, their business results. We say that Detroit is at the heart of Freightliner, and just take a look at the DT12 transmission success over the last few years. As of today, 95% of all Cascadias are ordered with a DT12. Yeah? That's quite unremarkable. Certainly, I have a personal saying that if you shout into the market, it shouts back, and John, the feedback is loud and clear. Finally, on the Detroit Assurance, our active safety systems, which Roger mentioned already, some 60% of all trucks today include our Detroit Assurance. We expect to see Detroit success continue in the weeks and months and years ahead, and we're actually writing a new chapter with the launch of our medium-duty engines just behind us here.
Richard, I couldn't agree with you more how the market has embraced the new Cascadia with Detroit Power. So let's reach out to the Let's Connect correspondent, Alan Hagee, who is in the Freightliner booth.
There we go, it's over here.
Good morning, Roger. I'm surrounded by the best-selling on-highway and best-selling medium-duty trucks in North America, and they're all Freightliners. This is a beautiful new Cascadia featuring our 75th anniversary paint scheme. With this truck, we're celebrating Freightliner's diamond anniversary and the success of the new Cascadia. Our engineers started with a great truck, the Cascadia, and made it even better in terms of driver experience, fuel efficiency, quality, connectivity, and uptime, improving our customers' real cost of ownership.
Real cost of ownership, that's the RCO message that you hear when you talk to Freightliner dealers. And Alan, that's not something I've heard from other OEMs.
Well, John, RCO is Freightliner's proprietary methodology for evaluating all of our trucks. We look beyond the basic elements of TCO, or total cost of ownership, to include real-world factors that fleets face in keeping trucks on the road. Our customers are our biggest advocates, so in the booth we've included several customer testimonial videos, which are also being shared online via social media, and I hope you guys will check those out. Also today at NACV, we're unveiling the availability of mid-roof cab configurations for the new Cascadia. There are 3 configurations of mid-roof XT sleeper cabs with 2 levels of aerodynamic packages, the Aero or the Aero X, Freightliner's most fuel-efficient specification. We will continue to look for new ways to push fuel efficiency even higher because it lowers RCO for our customers.
Richard, tell us why this truck makes a big difference to fleet customers.
John. Would be my pleasure. So firstly, our customers love the new Cascadia because we listened. We listened to what their ideas were, and we really took them to heart. You could say there, John, that our customers' fingerprints are all over our new Cascadia. Certainly, our engineers and designers took America's #1 truck and created an even better one with the new Cascadia, so the best yet. And it's just got better, so we're really excited about the possibilities with the new Cascadia. But as we know as well, we're addressing uptime, and particularly the ease of customer service with the customer-centric ideas that we've got from our customers, and also, as Roger mentioned as well, our experts within our own business. For example, if you look inside the cab, the in-cab e-Volt, it's housing all of the electrical modules and making them easy to access. But not only that, if you look at the bumper, two-piece bumper nowadays, creating great access, which gives our technicians access to the product and the uptime possibilities which we've never had before. The new Cascadia interior sets, I would say, a benchmark for comfort and productivity for our customers. And for example, from the cockpit ergonomics to the new driver lounge, the interior of the Cascadia packs comfort, convenience, and industry-leading safety. I would encourage everybody here today to drive our new Cascadia today in the demonstration truck on the Freightliner booth. It's our virtual reality. You'll be able to drive the product and take advantage and feel the Detroit Assurance product in your own hands.
Well, Richard, let's go back to Alan, who looks like he's shifted over to the vocational section of the exhibit.
John, this is the Freightliner M2106 with the Detroit DD8 power plant in this chassis for the first time. The M2106 is available in 3 cab configurations: a day cab, an extended cab, and this roomy 4-door crew cab. In our booth today, all of our vocational trucks are powered by Detroit engines. Impressively, we now have the legendary performance of Detroit engines for most of our Freightliner work truck applications. And you notice the 577 horsepower Mercedes-Benz AMG GTR, a Daimler product, cloaked in green hell Magno here on the deck. That machine looks wicked fast even while it's sitting still. It's engineered for maximum performance, just like a Freightliner commercial vehicle.
Alan, when you talk about smart engineering, it's one of the key reasons that Freightliner is a popular choice for leading truck bodybuilders. We focus on making our trucks incredibly easy to upfit. Today, I can tell everybody here that all Freightliner trucks can be 100% connected. Detroit Connect Virtual Technician is a real game changer. It's changing our business by optimizing our fleet's performance, but also not only in the fleet segment, but also the work truck segment too, with improved maintenance performance. So finally, in closing, we have both heavy duty and now medium duty customers can benefit from 100% connected. What does that mean? Providing business support that, John, will transform the real cost of ownership.
Well, Richard and Alan, I want to thank you both for taking the time to stop by Let's Connect.
Thank you.
Coming up next, we will celebrate 50 years of legendary awesomeness with Western Star Trucks.
Western Star has been building trucks for 50 years. And you know how we build them? Tough. Why? Because we only do tough. We build trucks that are so tough they make shows about, make movies about. Because people want to watch a mean machine rip through the ice-cold tundra or haul enough trees away to build a log cabin replica of the White House. We started on hard mode from day one back in 1967 in Kelowna, British Columbia. Because if your truck's gonna be tough, it's gotta be built somewhere tougher, like 40 below in the winter kind of tougher. And it was here in 1968 we created our first legend, the 4900. A truck so tough that we're still building it today, just with better, tougher everything. In fact, our trucks proved so tough, they were a hit with the most demanding jobs anywhere. So much so, we had to expand our plant. Luckily, we knew just the trucks to handle it. Then in 1983, we conquered Australia. And to make it in a place with several hundred of the world's deadliest animals, you have to be tough. In 1990, we raised the bar for tough with the XD40 Off-Road, known then as the 6900 XD. Then we got a new place in Portland, Oregon. Because if you live in a place where it rains 475 days a year, you know tough. And you know what you do when it rains every day? You build trucks. And we kept building trucks tough enough to put hair on your chest, like the 4700 in 2011. Then topping it in 2015 with the 5700, the world's first extreme efficiency truck and literal interstellar ass kicker. So here we are, another year older, and celebrating 50 years of legendary awesomeness. We're celebrating the last 50 years the right way, our way, by going all in. But not just the last 50. We're celebrating the next 50, the next 100, going all in with a never quit, never settle, never give up attitude. With the toughest, most efficient powertrains, with new engineering, new designs, and new thinking to keep making the best better. So here's to 50 more years of legendary awesomeness. And then some.
Let's connect. Now, here's your host, Roger Nielsen.
So I want to welcome Kelly Platt, president of Western Star Trucks, to the stage. It's always exciting, Kelly, to see what Western Star has in the works. Kelly, just like Freightliner, Western Star is celebrating a milestone anniversary year. It's 50 years of legendary awesomeness, as we like to say. And your team has really been growing the brand.
It's great to be here at NACV, Roger and John. We've always been customer driven, and we've been reinforcing this as part of our milestone anniversary. As you saw, we were born in the harsh and unforgiving environment of Western Canadian logging industry, and we've got a long history of delivering the world's toughest trucks to our customers. Our proven track record with customers has allowed us to carve out strong niches in heavy haul, heavy construction, logging, oil and gas, and now with our 4700 in the municipal segments.
So Kelly, why don't you talk a little bit about what sets Western Star apart from its competitors?
Sure thing. At Western Star, we live our tagline: serious trucks, serious support. We're very serious when it comes to the durability and uptime of our trucks. We continue to invest in our product and service network to ensure our customers are getting the support they need. In fact, we're investing at a greater rate over the next 5 years than at any time in Western Star's 50-year history.
So why don't you tell the gang here a little bit about the ways we're making that investment?
Well, to start with, we expanded capacity at both our Oregon and North Carolina plants to address increased demand. And we're continuously improving our manufacturing processes and facilities to deliver superior quality. And our customers have the full support of DT&A's industry-leading parts and service network. So not only are dealers adding more roofs and greatly improving their facilities, at Western Star, we're also increasing our corporate service and sales support personnel to better support our dealers and ultimately our customers.
That sounds pretty fantastic, Kelly. What's Western Star mainly about? A vocational brand?
First and foremost, yes, John. Our sweet spot is definitely heavy-duty vocational. But the extreme durability, legendary quality, hand-built customization, and a premium driver experience translates well into many on-highway applications. Take our new 5700 XE, for example. One look at this truck, and you will quickly understand why more and more of the top fleets in North America are adding it to their model mix.
I gotta tell you, I was inspired by the 5700 XE earlier when I toured the booth. Talk about comfort and styling. The premium finishes, ultra leather, and wood cabinetry inside of that Western Star are incredible. I was also impressed by the fact that for all the styling and power, the 5700 XE is one of the most fuel-efficient Class 8 trucks on the road. So let's go out to Peter Aragoni, Vice President of Sales, live in the Western Star booth for more on the 5700 XE.
Thanks, John. With the 5700 XE, we like to say that Aero has found its edge. And I'm not just referring to the sharp styling, but the performance and value that it provides our customers. At the center of it all is Detroit power, backed by the incredible DT12 transmission, Detroit axles, and Detroit Connect virtual technician, all seamlessly engineered to provide you with state-of-the-art performance, fuel economy, and uptime. With its classic sharp styling, premium interior, and the broadest selection of sleeper options available on the market today, it's no wonder that more and more fleets are spoiling their drivers with these Western Stars every day. dependable performance, extensive warranty coverage, and the best support network in the industry. And it's no wonder this is such a great, attractive value proposition for our customers. Of course, it wouldn't be a Western Star booth without some of the toughest vocational products in the industry. And for that, we have the dependable 4900 and our top-selling 4700 models. So I invite you to come to the booth, meet myself, the rest of the Western Star team, and we'll tell you exactly why we call these serious trucks.
Thanks, Peter. Kelly, Western Star has a solid reputation for power, toughness, and styling, but there's a ton of technology in these trucks. What's driving this focus?
Perhaps our single largest advantage today at Western Star is Detroit. Most people don't realize that Western Stars come standard with Detroit Connect Virtual Technician. But Detroit's not only about technology, efficiency, and reliability. For us, it's also about power. And with Western Star, you get plenty of it. We offer the Detroit DD16, truly the last big bore engine on the market, for the power to handle the toughest environments. We also offer the more fuel-conscious DD15 and a lighter weight DD13, so the whole range.
Well, thank you, Kelly and Peter, for stopping by Let's Connect. Western Star is certainly a key part of the DT&A story when it comes to commercial trucks.
Thanks, Kelly.
Detroit and Detroit Connect are at the center of it all. Learn why when we come back.
Welcome Carrie Schaefer to the Let's Connect stage. Carrie, we've already heard some great things about Detroit technology from our guests at Freightliner and Western Star, but can you tell us why so many customers demand Detroit power?
Sure, thanks Roger. Thanks for inviting me to Let's Connect. The Detroit story really begins with the integrated Detroit powertrain. Integration of the engine, transmissions, and axles, along with the intelligent powertrain management, provides industry-leading fuel economy, uptime, and performance. When we launched the Detroit brand in 2011, we were building off the strong history of Detroit diesel. We wanted to create a brand that would encompass the proprietary components available only in DT&A vehicles. And we've added to that portfolio Detroit Assurance Safety and Driver Assistance Systems, plus Detroit Connect. We've got a great technical field staff, and our offerings can be tailored to meet our customers' specific needs and applications. When you add it all up, Detroit offers a real competitive advantage to our customers who buy Freightliner, Western Star, Thomas Built buses, and Freightliner custom chassis.
Well, we have Kelly Gettert over in the Detroit booth who can tell us a bit more about the role that Detroit also plays in making highways safer.
Thank you, John. At Detroit, we take safety seriously. The Detroit Assurance suite of active safety features is truly impressive, especially when you see them in operation. That's why we've spent the last year hosting customer events across the country to demonstrate the features. And on more than one occasion, customers have gone back and added it to their order, and it's because they recognize the benefit. With Detroit Assurance 4.0 that we launched with the new Cascadia, we're providing exceptional vehicle control and driver assistance. And it's because of our proprietary system that integrates with our Detroit engine, our Detroit DT12 transmission, our braking system, and our interactive dash display that you'll see in the new Cascadia. There are a couple of features that we're especially proud of with Detroit Assurance. One, active brake assist, that helps mitigate collision by fully braking on both moving and stationary objects. Also now partially brakes and warns on pedestrians. We're the only system in the market that offers this today. Another, adaptive cruise control, that maintains a safe following distance from the forward vehicle in front. With our system, because of the proprietary and integrated design, we're able to provide smoother braking and acceleration than other systems in the market. There are so many challenges that face drivers on the road today, and that's why we continuously strive to improve our safety offerings to get drivers home safe at night and accident-free. Come visit us at the Detroit Assurance virtual reality demonstration and experience it for yourself. Thanks, John.
Well, Detroit Assurance is impressive, and from a business management standpoint, Detroit Connect ought to be a tool in every fleet's toolbox. I'd like to bring in Greg Trinan to talk a bit about what's going on in this area.
Hello, John. Detroit Connect links fleets across North America with vehicle performance data and DT&A and Detroit experts. Over the past 6+ years, we've seen amazing benefits for our customers with Detroit Connect Virtual Technician by reducing non-critical stops to the shop and providing actionable information for quicker diagnostics. And now, with the introduction of the Detroit DD5 and DD8 engines, Virtual Technician is available across the entire DT&A product platform.
Greg, what are we doing to take Detroit Connect into the future to give our customers what they need?
The future of connectivity for our customers starts with this little box. With this device, the new Detroit Connect platform installed on each new Cascadia, we are delivering the future of connectivity today. This starts with Detroit Connect remote updates, which provides fleets over-the-air programming capabilities for their new Cascadias, including firmware updates from Detroit Engineering, as well as fleet-initiated engine parameter changes. All of this helping our customers reduce the need to bring their trucks into the garage. Our customers are very excited about the ability to use the parameter change feature to create customized profiles so they can ensure their vehicles are optimized for their operation.
Hey Greg, we should mention that remote updates will be part of the 5-year base subscription on the new Cascadia. And that means that customers will be able to manage updates for their vehicles with minimal disruption to their fleet operations.
Absolutely. We're also introducing Detroit Connect Analytics, which gives our customers automated insights behind their vehicle data. 2 key areas we are focused on are safety and fuel efficiency. First, we have safety reporting. Detroit Connect Analytics reports Detroit Assurance events, such as active brake assist events, tailgate violations, to help fleets understand when their drivers could benefit from additional training and support. And then with the fuel efficiency analytics feature, our customers get in-house engineering expertise applied to their vehicle data for real-time insights into individual trip or entire fleet performance. Fleets can use that information to coach their drivers how to take better advantage of features like Detroit Intelligent Powertrain Management, and then analytics will continue to evolve with additional capabilities to meet our customer needs across applications.
Greg, remote updates, analytics, how else will customers be able to utilize the technology behind the Detroit Connect platform?
Customers are demanding more flexibility in how they consume vehicle performance data. This new platform will allow us to meet that demand by providing the environment for third-party apps to reside, which means seamless integration with telematics service providers or even apps written by the customer. So our customers will be connected to their trucks in the way they choose, all with the help of this little device right here. The future of connectivity is now.
So before we move on, Carrie, I did want to remind you that we haven't even discussed at length the Detroit medium-duty engine lineup.
You are the CEO. You can remind me of that. I haven't forgotten, but we have a lot of exciting things going on at Detroit. Okay. The new medium-duty engines being built in the U.S. are a powerful engine. And they offer great fuel economy, the heritage of performance and durability, and they come with the Detroit Connect features that Greg just talked about. Come to our booth and visit us.
Okay. Detroit clearly is one of the stars globally for Daimler, and we've invested heavily in boosting our American manufacturing capability and capacity. If you haven't visited our powertrain plant in Detroit, Michigan, you definitely need to come and experience this world-class facility. It's part of the rebirth happening in the city of Detroit, and we're proud to be part of the revitalization taking place there.
Well, thanks for all that, but we're going to keep this moving along.
Up next, we'll explain why at Daimler Trucks, the sum of the parts adds up to profits for our customers.
We're number one. Most fuel-efficient heavy-duty truck. Industry-leading solutions. Unmatched customer support. And we'll do more. We are the undisputed market leader.
Welcome back. Now, let's connect with the aftermarket.
You know, I've been around vehicles long enough to know no matter how durable, how well built they are, sooner or later, some maintenance is required.
Yeah, you're right, John. And DTNA takes service after the sale very seriously. We have more than 1,100 service locations, including almost 600 full-service dealerships. This is by far the most extensive network of any OEM in North America.
And that's why we want to welcome Stefan Kirschner to the stage. Stefan, it's clear why the aftermarket is very important. What are you focused on these days?
Thanks, John. I'm excited to be here today. Customers buy our trucks as a business tool, an asset that makes them money. We know that and recognize the need to help our customers improve their businesses and stay profitable. If a truck is down for service, it's not making money.
Okay, but tell me more about what that means when it comes to parts and service.
We spend a lot of time with our customers. Customers want their vehicles fixed fast and fixed right. They want accurate and timely information. Communication and ease of business are key. We focus on technology, digital excellence, and innovative processes to improve the overall customer experience. We realize there is not one thing, no silver bullet to satisfy every customer. You have to do several things very well. Our focus is on parts availability, service, and our network.
Well, speaking of doing several things very well, let's go out to John Finn, who's in the aftermarket booth and can talk about parts availability.
Thank you, John. We're investing heavily in parts availability. We're expanding our distribution footprint significantly, as you can see. This year alone, we'll add 2 PDCs, parts distribution centers, also known as fulfillment centers, in the U.S. Our latest was just recently opened in Indianapolis over the summer, and our 9th parts distribution center is slated for Q4 in Des Moines, Iowa. The goal of expanding our distribution footprint is to increase the number of network locations that receive their parts in 12 hours or less.
Wow.
John, we know the quicker our network receives the parts, the quicker their trucks are up and running.
Yeah. Delivery within 12 hours or less is impressive. Sounds like Daimler is really setting the standard for the industry.
Thank you, John. Yes, but we're actually doing more. Superior logistics and supply chain are only part of the customer experience. When you combine it with our e-commerce platform, pinnacletruckparts.com, customers can order and receive parts in the same day. I encourage all of you to come over to our booth during the show for a demo. In today's world, John, it's the total package of logistics and digital excellence that customers expect.
So the parts arrive quickly at the location, but I got to believe that's just part of the story. Stefan, tell me about what you're doing on the service side of things.
Service is an important part of the equation. The service experience is where the rubber meets the road, and it's the most complicated part of the process. We are introducing technological enhancements to streamline the service experience and make it more efficient. Let's go back to our booth. John, can you tell us more about how we are changing the service experience?
Thank you, Stefan. I would love to. We're rolling out digital solutions to enhance the customer experience in service as well. Express Write-Up is an application that improves service lane throughput by allowing service writers to capture vehicle information via a mobile device. The service writer can capture information by scanning the VIN or the QR code, and instantly all the vehicle's information is downloaded. This improves the repair order process significantly. This is just one of many exciting digital solutions that we're offering here in the aftermarket at DTNA. Back to you.
So, Stefan, talk about why the partnership with our network is so important.
Roger, we are nothing with our parts and service network. We have the shared objective, providing the best customer service possible. I'm proud to be working with the best network in the business. Our network features elite support, which sets the benchmark for a great customer experience. There are many ways that elite support enhances the customer experience, one of which is our commitment to provide a customer with a preliminary diagnosis within 2 hours. I'm extremely proud to announce that we now have 262 elite support locations, and there are more to come. We are changing the game by taking a complete approach to the customer experience. Uptime is expected. An unsurpassed customer experience makes the difference.
Well, thank you, Stefan and John. We're going to shift gears now and turn our attention to an interesting and different part of the transportation business at DTNA. Kaylee Edgerly will be here next to tell us about how Thomas Built Buses carries our most precious cargo.
We do this for one reason, for the future. Futures that are made possible for everyone because we're there for them every morning and every afternoon. We do this for the doctors and scientists and astronauts to come, for the teachers and advisors we've yet to meet, and for the shortstops and midfielders who grow up too soon. We innovate for the superheroes and fairy princesses and build for the firefighters in training. We work so everyone can enjoy the late nights and first dates. We do this for the game-winning shots, the good efforts, and the good deeds. We do this for the mothers and fathers, and the mothers and fathers-to-be. We do this so their futures can come true, because the children are the future, just as they were 100 years ago.
This is not your father's school bus. Let's connect with Thomas Built Buses. Please welcome back Roger Nielsen and John McElroy.
And of course, we're joined right now on the stage of Let's Connect with Kaylee Edgerly from Thomas Built Buses. Kaylee, thanks for taking the time to stop by and give us some insights as to how Thomas Built Buses bring excellence at every turn.
Thanks, John. This is just awesome being here. I love the videos, all the products, and how Thomas fits into it. I think it's important to know that Thomas has got just a host of best-in-class school buses, and we are the market leader. And that's important to us, but it humbles us to be the market leader. We're going to focus on 3 things going forward. Focus on today and going forward. First, quality of the product. 2, we want the performance of the vehicle for our districts, for the school districts. And most importantly, the third thing is the safety of the product. You look at that video and think about what we do every day. At 8:30 in the morning as we sit here today, there's hundreds of thousands of routes being run, carrying on our buses up to 90 kids on a bus. You got elementary school kids, middle school kids, our future leaders in high school are on our buses. So it's very important we build those safety features inside the buses, and the connection that we have with Daimler and Daimler R&D allows us to build that. It gives us a competitive advantage.
So, and as part of our total integration, Thomasville Buses also uses components from other DT&A divisions.
Yeah, more Daimler inside, and that's good for us. It's good for those riding our buses. First, we got the chassis. As you know, the chassis is made in Gaffney, South Carolina, at Freightliner Custom Chassis, and then shipped up the road just 2 hours to our manufacturing location in High Point, where we put it together. But the news, the exciting portion for me is we're going to be introducing the DD5 and DD8 Detroit power in our product. So you put the Detroit power in our product, it allows the school bus to even get smarter. Our customer school districts can elect up to 28 menu items of information they want fed back to them to make sure those kids on the bus are safe. They can get data that says, hey, did the driver deploy the stop arm at the right moment? And they can see, did the doors close properly so the driver's behaving? We can get other driver behavior like hard braking or heavy acceleration, so we can do some coaching with the drivers and keep the kids safe. So that whole Daimler inside concept, allowing us to do that, one, it's humbling, but it makes us really proud to be part of DT&A.
Great, Kaylee. And speaking of innovation, I'd like to bring in our Let's Connect correspondent, Mario DeFoggio, in the Thomas Built Buses booth. Mario, I know you want to talk about some of these safety features on the buses.
That's right, John. We really are about excellence at every turn, and that's why we offer Buswise, an a la carte system, an a la carte suite of systems designed to create a smarter bus for school districts all across North America. One of our most popular safety features is the PV360 camera. That allows us to eliminate blind spots for drivers and lets them see children that may be in the danger zone. Another feature that we offer is Mobileye, that offers collision avoidance, and also it offers lane departure systems. It also has the ability to read speed limit signs so that it can alert the driver whether they're speeding too fast in their area. Back to you, John.
Those certainly are some impressive safety features, Mario. Thomas Built Buses, helping bus drivers do their job at an even higher level.
So while we have the Thomas Built team with us, I'd like to ask about the best-selling school bus on the market, the Freightliner C2, and then the new Detroit engines you're putting in them.
Yeah, we think it's pretty cool. We're pumped up. Of course, we're biased. We think it's the best, but I do believe it's the best, but it's only going to get better because we're going to be putting the DD5 in it. With the DD5, we get fuel efficiency and we get all that Detroit Connect stuff that Carrie was talking about, more features to make it a better vehicle. So maybe we are biased, but if I look at that C2, one, it looks good. Two, it's got great visibility. Three, it's got a tremendous ergonomics for the driver. Now you couple it with Detroit, and it should really be an innovative vehicle in our industry going forward, and it will be.
Well, thank you, Kaylee and Mario. It's great to see that advanced safety features in the buses are bringing our kids to and from school safely each day. Next up, our friends from Mercedes-Benz and Freightliner Vans.
Moving products across North America requires a total solution package. Mercedes-Benz Vans has that solution. Next.
If you work for a living, you want a van that does the same. Mercedes-Benz Vans. From the full-size Sprinter to the mid-size Metris. These are vans for professionals. Strictly professionals.
We're good.
Mercedes-Benz Vans, featuring the worker vans. Mercedes-Benz, vans born to run.
It's important to note that while Mercedes-Benz is known to most of us in North America for its luxury passenger cars, in Europe, the company has a long heritage in the commercial vehicle market. I'm pleased to welcome to the Let's Connect stage Mercedes-Benz and Freightliner Vans Vice President and Managing Director, Robert Feit.
Good morning, Roger. Thanks for having us here this morning, and you're absolutely right. From the features we design into our vans to our marketing programs, we address real-life work scenarios for real people who needs vans to get their jobs done.
What are some of the highlights and the benefits that Mercedes-Benz and Freightliner Vans offer?
Mercedes-Benz and Freightliner offers professional customers the perfect solution for their business needs. We offer the best value in the industry and set the benchmark when it comes to lowering total costs of ownership. In addition, we offer world-class customer service, and we have a very, very strong sales network. And with our new van care program, our vans are easy to service, and our customers enjoy the benefits of even more uptime, especially with the new express and mobile service that we provide. We even go beyond simply selling customers a van. With our Master Solution Van Upfit program, we offer tailor-made solutions in form of dealer-orderable racks, bins, shelves, and much, much more.
Okay, much more. What else do you have in store for your U.S. van business?
Well, John, we are very excited about building one of the most modern van manufacturing facilities in the world. The new Mercedes-Benz vans factory in Ladson, South Carolina, just outside of Charleston. The plant represents an investment of more than $500 million US, making Daimler one of the biggest industrial employers in the region. For Charleston, that means up to 1,300 new jobs. All buildings are being completed, and currently assembly lines are being installed. We are also planning a building very close by dedicated to our master upfitters, who will receive our vans as soon as they come off the production line. And this close proximity will make our collaboration even better. Of course, this brand new state-of-the-art facility will be the perfect place to build our new state-of-the-art Sprinter, which will be introduced soon. And for the first time, we will be producing the Sprinter from scratch here in America.
Now, this is exciting news, Robert. This is a huge investment in our U.S. manufacturing capabilities. I know you're not ready yet to talk about the next generation of the Sprinter, but can you talk a bit about today's vans and the markets they serve?
Sure, but before I do that, I would like to show you a TV spot illustrating that there are lots of ways to move cargo from point A to point B. And fortunately, reducing it to sawdust is not necessary when you have a mattress.
I can get over 60 sheets of drywall into my Mercedes-Benz mattress.
To get 60 sheets of drywall into my small van, I invented the Fold-O-Matic 5000.
My mattress also holds over 2,500 pounds of payload.
Hauling 2,500 pounds in my small van is no problem. I just divide and conquer.
Hauls more, stows more, tows more, and fits in your garage. The midsize mattress from Mercedes-Benz. Vans born to run.
Yeah, the mattress has its true advantage over other midsize vans. It can hold so much, yet park in the average garage or parking deck. Our vans are ready to grab a major share of a growing market, the last mile logistics. This last mile presents great opportunities for us, along with them great challenges. And this obviously due to the explosive growth of e-commerce during the last years. So customers use both our mattress and Sprinter vans for construction, deliverable, mobile workshops, people movers, and much more. Mercedes-Benz and Freightliner vans provide turnkey, innovative solutions for our customers with the Master Solution Van Upfit program. We should not forget that approximately 75% of all vans are configured for specific tasks or services after they leave our factory.
Well, these vans truly are incredibly flexible. I got a difficult time imagining a business that couldn't use one of these vans. I'd like to take us now out to the booth and bring in our correspondent, Matthias Geisen, who's with the Vision Van.
That's right, John. I'm standing right next to the Mercedes-Benz Vision Van, a concept which had its US premiere at CES earlier this year. It demonstrates the vast potential of all our initiatives, all of them focused on making our customers' lives easier and streamlining their work. It is an all-electric parcel delivery van with the intention to boost delivery efficiency by up to 50% in urban areas. And as one of the many highlights, it features the so-called one-shot loading process. This process means that the van's cargo is pre-arranged onto a rack before the whole rack is autonomously loaded into the van. And efficient unloading is reached through automation, a robotic delivery system is able to deploy delivery drones sitting on top of the van to make sure that the parcel reaches the customer's house. And I think it's needless to say that this van is fully connected. The distribution manager always gets an accurate indication of delivery times as well as inventory monitoring by real-time tracking. We have presentations of this awesome concept running the whole day on our booth, so you're all invited to see us later here, and we present the one-shot loading and the whole Vision van to you. Back to you, John.
Thanks, Matthias. You know, I've always been fascinated by show cars and concept vehicles because they indicate where the best minds in the industry think that we're headed. But your booth also shows not only what's possible, but what's currently available.
That's right, John. On our booth, you see the most comprehensive and attractive van portfolio in the industry. And with the Sprinter being available as Mercedes-Benz and Freightliner, we use two strong networks to sell our vans, and we make our customers decide which of the brands fits best to their business. Our portfolio starts with the midsize mattress. It perfectly combines the footprint of a midsize van with capabilities pretty comparable to large vans. On the other end, we have the Sprinter, the big brother, which has always been the benchmark in the segment. And with the recent enhancements like 4x4 X-Factory, the Sprinter is by far the most versatile of all large vans. But all our vans combine a common DNA. They bring higher safety, class-leading efficiency, and unmatched performance, all of that combined with our famous reliability. And with the addition of our lower-priced worker models, our vans have never been more affordable. I think it's fair to say that the Mercedes-Benz and Freightliner van family is more attractive than it has ever been before. Back to you, John.
Thanks, Matthias. Robert, do I understand this right, that Mercedes-Benz vans will soon introduce a new version of the popular Metris van?
That's correct. Our right-sized Metris will also be gaining yet another variant soon. When we introduced the Metris in 2015, it filled an empty niche, that in the US market of a mid-sized commercial van. The Metris offers cargo capabilities normally found in much larger vans, but in a convenient, city-friendly platform. Starting next year, the Metris will have even more functionality. We will make the Metris cargo van available in a 9-inch longer wheelbase configuration, for even more cargo hauling capability. The Mercedes-Benz and Freightliner family is truly stronger than it has ever been.
Well, I want to thank Robert and Matthias for coming on Let's Connect and telling us about the exciting news at Mercedes-Benz and Freightliner vans. When we come back, we're going to hear some electrifying news from Fuso. I want to welcome Jekka Glassman from Fuso Trucks to Let's Connect. And Jekka, let's talk, well, first I should say thank you for joining us here on the set. But let's talk about the exciting things that are happening at Fuso. You've certainly been busy the last few months working up to the headlines about Fuso and its fully electric e-canter that launched 2 weeks ago. Seems like your competition is talking about the possibility of electric commercial vehicles in the future, while Fuso is ready today.
Yeah, you're right, John, and thanks for having me here. Keeping the best for last. Yeah, Fuso indeed made big news recently with the launch of the e-Canter, the first fully electric, series-produced Class 4 truck. And it's really more than a product launch for us. It's a game changer, a revolution in the making. Electric trucks are the future of inner city distribution, and we are really excited to be the front runner in this domain. With its powerful electric motor, with over 60 miles of range, depend of course on the body and the application, we see this as the perfect pickup and delivery truck for urban areas.
Well, this is truly breaking news across the logistics industry. Your press announcement in New York earlier this month was big news. A series-produced electric commercial truck that's able to meet the tough demands of getting goods from the distribution facilities to the retail shelves.
Right, right. And you know, trucks are the backbone of American society. And medium-duty trucks make up 80% of inner city delivery market. We in Fuso know this business and its challenges very well, and we've made huge progress with the e-Canter. Starting from adaptable charging options, 1 hour fast charge with a DC charger, or overnight charge with an AC charger, and including optimized powertrain that allows recharge of the batteries every time the vehicle is slowing down. As you may know, the truck will be rolled out for selected customers in the US, in Japan, and Germany before the end of the year. And we've also announced several early adopters that will partner with Fuso here in North America, including a major favorite, local favorite, UPS, that will take a couple of the e-Canters to use in their fleet. And of course, there are many more customers that have signed up.
Well, thanks for that, Jekka. Let's go to our Let's Connect reporter, Bill Lyons, who's in the Fuso booth near the e-Canter. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning, John. Thanks for having me today. There's already buzz here at our booth at NACV. As you can see, we have a UPS e-Canter in our booth. Customers like UPS and environmental companies that are looking to reduce their CO2 emission output are excited about this truck with this 35% reduction in fuel costs and 45% reduction in maintenance costs. And with our 2-year lease program, Daimler has taken all the risk from the early adopters of this product. We're going to see significant improvements in the battery and other technologies in the next 2 years. And in the meantime, our customers will enjoy the fuel and maintenance savings, and then we'll get the new trucks as replaced in 2 years, which, by the way, the new e-Canter is already being in development as we speak.
Yeah, thanks, Bill. And to add to that, Fuso looked really close at that last mile of delivery, and we learned that one of the major complaints, especially large cities like New York, LA, Atlanta, is noise. Well, the e-Canter is silent. It doesn't idle when it stops. Only this is a major win for us. And just imagine 5 o'clock in the morning, a delivery driver picks up goods from a nearby distribution center, enters the city to make the delivery without making a sound, without disturbing the life of the city while doing it. This is our vision.
But I understand that electricity is not the only fuel to be making news at Fuso.
That's right, John. We introduced the new gasoline-powered Fuso earlier this year in North America. This truck was specifically designed for this market. We are excited that this truck is going to be built at Freightliner Custom Chassis in South Carolina, and we're going to start delivery to 9 customers for final testing and verification later this year. This truck is designed for companies that are not in the logistics business. They move trucks from job site to job site, and it's important for them to have something that's easy to maintain and own. We're excited about this truck being launched early next year. We expect to be in full production in January, giving another fuel option for our customers.
So, Jekka and Bill, we want to thank you for bringing these exciting innovations from Fuso to Let's Connect. This is clearly a bridge to the day when we'll have a greater variety of battery electric trucks in our entire product lineup. And the great thing about the way Daimler invests in technology is that breakthroughs like the e-Canter create opportunities for other brands inside Daimler Worldwide, including Freightliner and Thomas Built buses. Rest assured, DTNA will always make sure that fleets have options when it comes to alternative powertrains.
Well, you know, I got to tell you, I'm more impressed now than when we started the show. great information from all of your iconic brands.
No, it's truly a great time to be in the commercial vehicle business. And one of the reasons, John, is that we are business partners with our customers. And along those lines, Daimler recognizes that access to affordable and flexible capital is key to keeping a great fleet on the road. This week in our booth, we have representatives from Daimler Truck Financial who can review the various financing programs that are available. Let's take a look at this video, and then it's going to explain a little bit more.
At Daimler Truck Financial, we are inspired by our hard-working customers, and we're proud to be a part of their story, a bigger story, a story of resilience, compassion, and determination. Their story is why we do what we do. For over 40 years, we have been making dreams a reality by providing solutions for all customers, from owner-operators to the nation's largest fleets. So, why do we do what we do? Because it matters.
Roger, it's great to know that Daimler Truck Financial is available for all of DTNA's customers. It's important for any logistics business to have a strong working relationship with sources of capital. And it's also important for them to have access to experts who can help grow their business, whether it's for a regular truck purchase or a major expansion. And Roger, I want to thank you for asking me to be part of Let's Connect. It's been a fascinating look at the many different breakthrough technologies at DTNA. And I gotta say, I've also been impressed by the beauty and the styling of your trucks, your vans, your buses. At any car show, the futuristic concept cars always get the most attention. It's amazing to think that virtually every DTNA vehicle and every technology we discussed this morning is already on the highways of North America or will be in a few months.
John, it's been a blast up here with you, and it's really great to have you come join us today, help me co-host this morning show. Now I think, though, it's time to open things up to questions from the audience. But first, I got to introduce my partner here, Florian Martins, who is Daimler's Global Head of Communications for Commercial Vehicles. Florian, welcome to the stage.
Thank you, Roger and John, for kicking things off here at NACV in such a great way. I think it was more than just one truckload of information this morning, so thanks everybody on the team for doing such a great job pulling all of this together and getting us started. Now you're all probably asking yourselves, what am I doing up here? As many of you know, we recently had some changes to our senior leadership in communications here at Daimler Trucks North America. David Giroux was appointed as Director of Channel Marketing after 6 tremendously successful years as our head of corporate communications. And succeeding Dave will be Katja Bott, who comes to Daimler Trucks North America with many years of experience in our global communications team at Daimler. Unfortunately, neither one of them can be with us here today, but I am really proud of what my friend and colleague Dave has accomplished, especially in regards to NACV. None of this would be happening without him. Dave's successor, Katja, would also love to have been here today, but her visa is still being processed, so we'll hopefully see her at the end of October and she'll hit the ground running. So speaking of the ground running, now it's your time. Let's get to your questions. And I think, John, you have the first question.
Yeah, I actually do. I want to talk about vehicle safety because we've talked about that so much this morning, but I understand that you guys are looking at integrating the powertrain into safety systems. I'd like to know more about that.
So, John, excellent question, and we just happen to have one of our leading experts in the area here. He's been sitting here smiling at me for the last hour, thinking his lucky charms that he's not sitting up here. But I'd like to take the chance now to introduce our Senior Vice President of Engineering and Technology, Wilfred Achenbach, who take on that question for us.
Thanks, Roger. So there are several good answers to that, and safety systems and powertrain, not normally you would see go together. And I don't want to get too technical. And a little bit, if you look at, we saw pairing, we saw platooning, and then it becomes obvious you need to do something to integrate the entire vehicle. But if you look at today's situation, it's very clear HMI, the interface to the driver, is a major piece of it. And people don't forget HMI is more than just the display in front of you. HMI and the interface to the driver also is, when does a truck decide to downshift? When does a truck use the engine brake? And that's where it becomes obvious that safety is a major piece of it. And our systems, they really know how to optimize downshifting, how to optimize use of engine brake and of service brake. That's one of the major aspects. The second one, and it's also something most people don't think about, is the influence on fuel efficiency. With deep integration, the system really knows, especially coupled with GPS data, are we going uphill? Are we going downhill? And do I need to catch up? So it has a major influence. And if you want to optimize fuel efficiency and adaptive cruise, you need the deep integration. So summing it up, if you want to unleash the full potential, what's in those modern systems, you need to talk about how to integrate it together with the powertrain. I believe that's a big strength of ours. Thank you.
Thanks, Wilfried. Now we'll open up to the floor. We got Paige and Jennifer running around with microphones, and we need some hands, please, for your questions. Right there in the first row. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Seth Clevenger at Transport Topics. Thank you guys for the presentation. A lot to keep up with, for sure. But let me talk a little bit more about electric trucks, electric powertrains. We see Fuso's example, hitting the market now, or beginning to hit the market in an early phase in the light medium duty space. And we hear some new players looking to get into commercial trucking, some of the in Class 8 using electric or hybrid electric powertrains. What's your perspective at Daimler on how soon that will be possible for Class 8 long haul or even Class 8 regional or short haul applications with an all electric powertrain?
Thanks, Seth, for your question. If I brought out my crystal ball, I would say sooner than you think, okay? But for sure, at Daimler, we've been the leader in the commercial vehicle business for 130 years, and we're not ready to relinquish that leadership. You'll find us there, and for sure, there are definite business cases, use cases like Jekka and the Fuso team have found with the e-Canter, where it makes sense. It makes sense in light duty, it'll make sense in package cars, it'll make sense in medium duty, and if you follow me around closely, you'll see a use case for heavy duty very soon.
That's a tease, I would say.
Yeah.
That's all we have to say for the time being. So thanks a lot, Roger. Let's go to the second question. Where is that coming from? Still some energy left in the crowd? Right there in the third row. Thank you, Paige.
Hi, Sean Kilcar with Fleet Owner Magazine. Can you talk about the bottom line benefits a little bit more from safety? You had mentioned that there was a lot that customers get, not just from obviously being safer on the highways, but over time, a bottom line benefit to their businesses.
Yeah. So, no, good question. As we progress through the last decade, we concentrate a lot on improving our customers' bottom line with fuel efficiency. We increase fuel efficiency year over year, and we're well on the track now, and that becomes expected. Every year, the fuel efficiency of our trucks get even better. As we came into this decade, the focus has been on active safety. What can we do to reduce the liability costs that fleets carry from drivers making mistakes? NHTSA says that 94% of accidents are a result of some type of human error. And when we put devices on the truck, being in forward-looking radar, blind spot detectors, lane departure warnings, or actually active lane keeping, and so on, everything we can do to reduce the number of accidents on the road, reduce the insurance costs and liability costs of our fleets, and that's what we're focused on.
Thanks, Roger. I think we can take another round of questions, so let's go and look for the third questions of this morning, if anybody's up for it. Yes, thank you. Mike is coming.
Thank you. You haven't given us your traditional sales forecast for next year and finishing up 2017. Would you like to take that chance now?
Our traditional sales forecast.
For next year.
Is that a tradition?
He's trying to get something out of you this morning.
So this year you've seen previous announcements at 365,000 for the Class 68 and Aftermarket. That's how we like to talk about it. 365 is, as we close to the end of the year, where all of the OEMs are still taking orders for retail delivery yet here in 2017. So 365 is not yet in the record books yet. Next year, we're looking at a slight increase in our discussions with fleet owners. We see some optimism in the market, and say 5-10% maybe.
But we'll make that call when we get there early next year. Yeah. Thanks, Roger.
One last
I saw there was another question over there. Yeah.
Yeah, Tom Berg with Construction Equipment Magazine. How heavy a truck will the DD8 go into?
Well, that's a great question, and I'm looking around at my staff waiting for someone to answer the question, but that's a good question to ask over in front of the engines if someone has the exact numbers, Tom, because I'm good, but I'm not that good. So,
we'll provide that information to you right after we're done with the press conference. Right. So no worries. We'll get to it.
I really want to thank everybody for coming out to this first Let's Connect press conference. You're welcome to take a closer look at our display. I encourage you. All of us are here. Like we say, we would like to stay 100% connected with you, and we'll be around until you run out of questions. Have a great NACV show, everyone.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our program for today. Please feel free to explore the Daimler Trucks exhibit and interact with our hosts and product experts. On behalf of Daimler Trucks, thank you for attending and enjoy the inaugural North American Commercial Vehicle Show.